Good evening. I am Carol Reiner and I am recording this presentation for my class Problem Based Research for Dr. Christopher Mangan, Aspen University, November 28, 2022. The main goal of this presentation is to present my plans about doing action research. My main goals for this project is number one, to select a problem that the community face, principally the undocumented immigrant community in Durham, North Carolina. That is the setting, Durham, North Carolina. The first thing I wanted it to do is to bring awareness to the undocumented immigrant community about the possibly mental health problem that some members may face. Number two, speaking about mental health brings me to another important point: the lack of health care for the undocumented immigrant community here in Durham, North Carolina. Next point or next goal is to find possible solutions by working together with the undocumented immigrant community. Obstacles that I foresee to encounter are the following. Number one, lack of cooperation from the undocumented immigrant community due to the lack of trust that our community faces in this society. Most of the undocumented immigrants live underground. They do not trust any type of authority and they live practically in a sub world. So, an obstacle that I foresee is that even though I am a Latina and I am an immigrant and I speak Spanish and I share the same culture with this group, they may not trust me because I have been living in this country for a long time. I speak English, and because they're not used to do this type of projects. Another obstacle that I foresee is that mental health is a taboo for some members of the undocumented immigrant community. We are not too aware of mental health per se as a health condition. We, in our community, we see health problems such as diabetes, heart conditions, stomach pain, headaches, um, high blood pressure, and skin problems, ear pain as problems of health. But mental health is a taboo. So I may have obstacles when I reach out to people in my community and say that I would like to speak about mental health. One of the solutions that I have in mind is to work with local organizations that help the undocumented immigrant community so that I can network with these organizations and they can help me reach out to the community because the members of the undocumented immigrant community here in Durham trust some local organizations that help them. So that is one of the solutions that I am foreseeing. Another solution that I think that I may approach is to contact the local church and local schools as well, because there is a minimum connection between the undocumented immigrant community with the schools because of the lack of the English language. So, but if I find interpreters that can help me, then that would be a solution. Another solution is to look for help at the local churches, because our community are very attached to the Catholic Church and to the Baptist Church and other evangelical churches as well. So I want to reach out to the churches, schools, and the local nonprofit organizations so that they can help me reach out to the community. They trust the church, they trust the schools, and they trust somewhat the local organizations. So that is one of the solutions that I want to practice when I start working on this project. To give details about the plan is that I want to select the participants by going to the local churches, going to school, parents meetings or a school conference or open night at the school level, and reach out to the El Centro Hispano here in Durham. They have sometimes workshops for the Hispanic community and documented immigrants. So I wanted to reach out to them and see if I can select and recruit participants there as well. And also the practically the churches as well. My church, for example, we in my church we are very community oriented. In my church, we do a lot of community activities. We reach out to the community so that they can feel like they are part of something. That's what we do in our church. So my plan is to recruit these people, these members, and to create surveys, interviews, observe them in the field, take notes, make recordings, create these questionnaires, and ask them about mental health. And another evaluation that I want to do is to compare the people that immigrate at adulthood with the children that immigrate in early stage of their lives. That is another angle of this action research that I want to study, because I believe, in my opinion, and as in my experience as a high school teacher, that the perception of mental health definition is different between immigrants that immigrate to the United States as adults compared to the perception of the meaning of mental health for teenagers or elementary students or college students, or per se just workers that immigrate at early age. That is just another angle that I want to study. Thank you very much for watching this presentation. And this is Carol Reiner, and I am seriously want to focus on mental health and the undocumented immigrant community in Durham, North Carolina. Thanks.